sometimes we get to a point where we need advice. And you got to figure out, where can you look for that advice where somebody's not going to hoodwink you for a ton of money. And I'm going to just offer some places you can go. You might know of some of these you may not have thought of. So here we go. The first thing I would say are Facebook groups, especially if you're just starting out. But even if you've been going along for a while, there's two different ways you can use those groups, right? You can use them if you're just trying to hire crew. Does anybody know somebody who's available? All right. That's used a lot, especially by people who have been doing this a while and might have last minute replacements they need and things like that. And then also, if you're starting out and you're not sure how to begin, or you have a question about something you're doing, get in a Facebook group. I know it's not in fashion, right? A lot of you only use Instagram or whatever, but it really is helpful. I mean, there's jerks in there too, and they can be obnoxious and condescending, and just ignore that. But there are people in there, like myself, who answer questions in their own time. To find these groups, just search on Facebook, actors groups, filmmaker groups, the city you're in with what you do, like New York City filmmakers or, writers, female writers. There's all kinds of groups out there. Most of them are pretty open. There are some that require you to fill out a form. It's a simple form just to prove you're really what you say you are. That's all. I just want to pause for a moment and ask you, if possible, if you would please subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to know you're out there and you're tuning in. So please click the subscribe button on the lower right. It only takes a second. Thank you. The next thing is, think about the people you know. Did you go to college and meet a lot of people? Do you have professors you can go back and talk to? Did you take an acting workshop where you met a lot of other actors and you can talk to them, or those teachers who can give you advice on how to move along or what you're stuck in? Or they may know somebody, right? So you might have an acting teacher and you're like, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to shoot myself doing monologues and scenes just to put stuff online, and I wonder how to light it better. They may not have the answer, but they might say, oh, you know what? I have a student who does that, or I know another teacher who does that. I'm sure they could give you a quick tutorial or point you somewhere to look that up. So definitely reach out to the people you know. Don't be afraid. Don't do that thing that a lot of people do where they don't want to show that they're struggling or they have a problem. I mean, even if you just need to commiserate, it's okay. We're all struggling. I got to tell you, we're all struggling. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask people you know. Now, let's say you want to hire someone, right? And you don't have a lot of money for your crew. I see these postings all the time. Like, I have no money. Does anybody want to work for me? And that's okay. We get it. You're being honest. All right. That's good. But what you might want to do is look at indie films that you like. Let's say you're looking for a costume person and you saw an indie film and you really love the way the costumes were done. Reach out to that costume designer and write something like, hey, you may not want to work on my film because it's kind of low budget. I'm hoping you would. I would love for you to. But if you can't, do you know someone who could do this? Because they often have people they're mentoring, they're training, that are working with them as assistants who will work on much lower budget films, right? Because they're just starting out like you, but they have the training from the person that you really wanted to work with. So you're getting the next best thing. And that's not to be putting that new person down. They're just starting out. They will get to be the great thing someday as well. The next thing you might want to do is use Google. So sometimes I have people writing me, and I don't mind. You know me, I'm happy to help people. But they're asking me questions on how to make an edit in a reel or how to fix something, that the problem that they're having with technical things. And really, they could Google it. I don't mind people reaching out. I'm that kind of person. But if you're stuck and you don't have somebody to reach out to, or it's the middle of the night, just go online. It's on there. I actually taught most of the things, the cool things I know how to do in After Effects, I learned by Googling it. Sometimes I learn from a 12-year-old. That's great. Good. I don't care. What do you care? Go out and Google it. There are people out there putting up their work and showing you how to do things. Sometimes, though, you need a little personal connection. You need a little one-on-one advice. And sometimes you meet somebody through a Facebook group or some other network thing you went to, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to ask someone that you've connected with, that you really look to and think could be a good mentor for you. Don't be afraid to say, hey, do you have time for a cup of coffee? The worst thing they can say is no. Write me an email to ask me a question through email. Sometimes people prefer that. But sometimes people will meet with you and have a cup of coffee. Everybody loves coffee. My dog is named Coffee because I love coffee so much. So Go ahead and ask somebody to have a cup of coffee. If they're not in your city, ask if they can meet you for 20 minutes on FaceTime. Do make these meetings 20 minutes. Don't expect to hang out with the person for a long time because that might just be weird. But, you can build a mentorship and build a friendship and become colleagues someday. This is a good way to start doing that. So, social media, people look at films that you like if you're looking for crew, Google it, and reach out to people, make connections, have a cup of coffee, maybe even have lunch.